Hello, members of the EDAP 690 class, the class that Mayor built. We are up to Module 5. I hope you enjoyed the 6 different ways that you had of creating your digital story. I tried to give you as many choices as I could. Now, though, we're moving on to something near and dear to my heart. We are going to be talking about creating an audio story. We'll be using a tool called Soundation, which is located right here. You are going to be creating a story about your challenge that you had to overcome as a teacher. And what we're looking for here is your story of resiliency, how you overcame that challenge. This is a tool that we'll be using. As I said, it's called Soundation. It's an extremely simple tool to use. It's extremely powerful to use. If you are aware of any of these kinds of tools, this is Audacity on the web. This is GarageBand on the web. You have the ability to have as many tracks as you want to put on here. Now, if that's all Greek to you, don't worry about it. By the time I get done with it, you'll understand how all this works. And it's a very simple way to work, but an extremely powerful way to work. You will have at your disposal in creating your story, you'll be using free sound effects from these two sites. And then here's music that you can put in to your story that will help you create an amazing story. I cannot tell you how much I enjoy doing this. I work with schools all over the Commonwealth of Kentucky creating podcasts. I am the lead judge for podcast at the STLP Spring Contest down in Lexington. This is one of my favorite things. I guess I keep saying that. We'll be using Soundation. And finally, what we'll do is we have an account. This is what its name is. And there's our podcast. And you will have your story actually out there for the world to hear through, well, pick your podcast listener. You can do it through Podbean. You can do it through Spotify. There's all kinds of ways these days to catch and listen to podcasts. I'm very proud of the fact that this is my second iteration of a podcast. My first one was housed through an outfit called Podomatic, and I switched over to Podbean because, first of all, it's free, and also because Podbean, everybody out there in the podcast biz knows Podbean. Just about every podcast that's out there that doesn't have $1 million behind it is podcast through Podbean. So, and if this is something that interests you, that you would like to follow up and do it, you're more than welcome to get back with me, and I can either drop in physical presence with your school, or I can just meet up on Skype, Google, however you want to do it, and I can take your class through it. As I said, I do this for the entire Commonwealth. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns for this week's class, which is, I almost forgot to say it, Wednesday, February 26th. Do you believe we're almost done? And this has been your weekly preview for EDAP 690 for Wednesday, February 26th. I look forward to hearing from you, 502-457-2937.